All right, what's going on, guys? So, I wanted to do another video with a little commentary. I was just telling Will there that it's 5 to go. Whether I should or shouldn't have done that, I don't know. He wasn't really paying attention, but Will's a good guy. I raced with him in the Texas State Championships in 2022. He beat me. I got second on Saturday, and ended up winning on Sunday there at the Texas State Championship. So Will, the guy to my left right now, real good guy, real good racer, real good wheel to follow, and that's certainly why I don't mind telling him, hey man, we got 5 to go. So last year, I started off as a 5, went to a 4 really quickly. Me and Will, we both competed, like I said, in the state championships, and that was both of our last race together as a Cat 4. So this year we're together again as Cat 3s, and these are some of our first races. This is the first driveway series that's happened so far down in Austin. If you guys don't know what the driveway series is or what the driveway is, it's basically a racetrack that was for cars, and it's been closed for some time, and the guy allows Chris Tolley to do his races out of there, which is pretty awesome because he gets to maintain it. He gets to make sure that everything's up to par. They did some work on it, so there is some asphalt that did get added to some of the corners, which you'll kind of hear that here coming up pretty soon when when we start up this climb. So right now we are at 5 laps to go. Like I said, we're coming around to 4. This is starting the slight uphill, kind of right here. It's very slow gradient where we are right now. There's Will again right there to the left of me. So we're usually around each other pretty frequently, just because we know how each other does, how we both ride, and we're pretty confident around each other. So that helps when you have someone like that in the race. So right here, you can see on the right side, there is some new asphalt that was added. And then right here, you can kind of hear some of the asphalt that's came off of that. There's some chunks there coming off the tires and hitting people's bikes and hitting you in the face every once in a while. So I only got to film the last 5 laps of this race just because it was a lot longer than usual. We were out on the track for about an hour 20. So right now we've already been racing for a little over an hour as it was. And this is the 3-4 race. We were supposed to do 60 kilometers, which is 23-ish laps around this. It's 1.6 miles. One lap is 1.6 miles. So here we come to the start again. This is where we start. Coming into this turn, pretty hard to pass unless you're really skilled and really like to take turns like I do. So I don't have a problem going through there a lot sharper than most people do, just because I don't think a lot of people like taking turns. So definitely an advantage to me and some of the other guys that do. So right now we're at 4 laps, and I'll kind of show what happens here with about 1 more lap to go. It starts getting a little bit more animated, which kind of sucks because spoiler alert, I did miss the break, which sucks because I was very excited to race this race, and of course, excited to be around some guys that I know, and hopefully get on the podium again like I did last year. So coming down, that's a very steep gradient right there, but it's really short. But right here, we're normally cruising 30 to 32 miles an hour right about here. It's not really necessarily downhill anymore. It's just very flat, and everybody likes to carry that speed, especially on the outside. So I usually stayed on the outside, even though it was a little windy there, but with the trees and everything back here, it gets pretty blocked by the wind, by all those trees and stuff. So it's not really too bad. You can kind of hear the wind a little bit, but it's usually pretty blocked. So we still got 4 to go coming around this turn. Pretty easy sweeper. You can pedal all the way through this turn. Definitely keep your speed up. Carry it to the outside. Everybody really likes to go the outside of these races. So keep that in mind if you do plan on doing any of these races. A lot of people always kind of go to the outside. See right here, outside, which is inside of this next turn right here, and then it leaves the other outside just wide open, and you'll see why I say that coming up here in the next couple laps. Because leaving that side open, this track doesn't really look like it's that wide, but you can really get some distance between you and some other people real quick, especially if you pick the right section or the right area. So this is Raul right here with Cadence Cyclery, another good guy, also a really strong Cat 3. I raced with him at Cedar Hill in the 3-4 race. He actually won there, and that was a really, really great race. Again, longer than I normally do, because I always try to focus on crits, which are usually 40 to 50 minutes. These last couple races I've done have been well over an hour, and that's not really my specialty. I like the hard intensity for the 40 to 50 minutes, normal crit type style. So coming up, it doesn't really look like it or sound like it, but right here there is a left to right crosswind coming up that, so that's why I'm always right here on the outside, and you can see everybody outside, going outside, and then to the inside of this turn. So, and right here, that guy kind of went out on a flyer, but nobody's really worrying about him, because through this section nobody can really pick up much speed, because you can't really pedal. So everyone kind of comes out of here. We all start getting bunched together, and now with the trees and everything kind of blocking the wind, it's not such a factor, but there is still a right to left crosswind now. So now we're kind of going away from that, and we're getting ready to go we're at 3 laps to go now. So coming around that next turn, getting ready to go down that steep little gradient right here. You got to watch this section, because right here where these white and red section is, especially right here, there is a very big gap that you can see between the concrete and the red and white section, and your tire will go inside that gap and you will die. So just keep that in mind. If you do race this course, they do multiple different ways. So right now we're going counterclockwise. I've raced this exact race, same exact layout going clockwise. So right here on the outside, this is right here was the determining factor where I should have said, you know what, we should have got on that. But again, I was on the outside, wasn't on the inside like I should have been on some of these, and they went ahead and got away, and we did not catch them. So spoiler alert, we did not catch those guys. You can already see how far ahead they are right now, which is just crazy how much distance you can put on the field in some of these sections with just a few extra strokes, and really carrying your speed, especially through that section, because you're going through that downhill. So you gotta get a place to rest. Everybody kind of bunches up, people hit it right there, and boom, that's it. That was where the magic happened. So it is what it is, but right now we're kind of slowly catching up to some of them, and here goes Raul. So I get on his wheel, because I know if he's making a move, I definitely need to be with him, just because he's very skilled, very smart, and he knows how to read it pretty well. So and that's also one of the bicycle shops that we work with, being on Team United, right here at Cadence Cyclery that he races for. That is our shop that we deal with down in McKinney, Texas. So definitely a real good shop if you're down in the McKinney or DFW area. Definitely check out that shop because they literally have everything you need. Very, very smart, very, very fast with getting things taken care of. So here we are again, left to right crosswind, trying to stay kind of protected here. Right now we're coming around with 2 laps to go. Everyone dropping their bottles there, saying, we got to make a move and get this thing going. So coming around this next turn, slowly making it around, pedal, 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 pedal. And right here, I am thinking about what in the hell I'm going to do. And right about that time that I'm thinking about it, I should have been saying, all right, here we go. And Raul puts in a dig, comes through there, perfect timing, because right now we're going into tailwind. Tailwind kind of pushes him around this next turn. He carries that speed through really, really, really well. This guy's getting popped off right here. And here we go, down into the chicane area, downhill. And look, he's already well ahead. He's already caught up to that next group. There's a little chase group going into so there's 4 up front, and then there's 3 right here in this chase group. And right here, I should have, right here, I should have just said, you know what, put in a dig, got up there, and I didn't. I kind of thought, hey, we got another lap and a half to go. I'll let somebody else do this. I see these guys come through, and I'm like, all right, maybe they're going to push it a little bit. And obviously not. That guy dies out. This guy kind of, picks up a little bit. I think he's kind of got the idea. These 2 guys right here, the Night Owl guys, they actually have someone that's in that front lead group. So, obviously they're not really apt to really give a shit about getting up there. So, yeah. And now you can see things are kind of slowing down again. And everyone's just kind of mosey into the outside. Night Owl guys take the lead. They do push the pace a little bit, surprisingly, since they do have someone up there. But you can tell right here, it's definitely kind of a false tempo. They're kind of just pedaling. They're kind of looking at each other, looking around, looking back, saying, yeah, we got somebody up there. And we're just going to have these guys sit behind us. So unfortunately, that's what we did. There really was no bridging up. It would have been definitely the end of my race if I tried to bridge up here. I'm not really too apt to take off and go into a climb and then go into a headwind by myself. So, it is what it is. I kind of got to set in here and just take it. So it is what it is. But we're coming up to a little incline here, as you can see. You'll hear people start dropping down a little bit, cranking out some watts. It took about 300 consistently, 300, 350, 400 to stay up to a pretty good speed right there. So right here was actually the hardest part, is because right here is that crosswind, and man, it just hits you right in the face. So if you can stay on the outside right here, which is on the inside of this turn, it's the best. But it's kind of getting strung out a little bit here, so you don't really get the best draft in the side crosswind, but it is what it is. So we're coming around. You can see those guys already coming through going out of the next turn area. So here we go into this. You can see those guys way up there already crossing the finish line, literally. And this is 1 lap to go right here. So Night Owl guys still on the lead. I don't know if they're, really trying to push it too hard. But it is what it is. So we're just going to sit back here for a little bit and kind of let this play out, because at this point there's absolutely no catching up, bridging up by yourself, it would be damn near impossible. So come to this last little chicane for the race. Cut that corner, no one's passing. Come in here, get real close. That guy literally almost ate that crack. And so here we go. Cranking. Carrying some speed. Going about 32, 33 right now. I wish I had the, the ability to add all that information for the watts and heart rate and all that. Eventually I probably will try to. Right now I'm not able to do that with how I have to edit these videos. So we will do that at some point. So right here, things start to pick up a little bit, I believe. So we have, I hear someone yelling back there. So I don't really know how many people we have behind us, but we have a pretty good size behind us, size field behind us, I believe. So coming right out of this turn, things are going to really start picking up, and we should have done this to begin with. So I kind of get around this guy because I see that guy kind of starting to edge to it. So I kind of go in between those guys, get right back on these wheels. This guy jumps the little curb there, smooth move. So there's Ty. Ty is my buddy I stay with right down here in Austin. So he takes off and he's super powerful. And of course I get on his wheel because I'm like, cool, here we go. And right about here, he says, I'm going to flick you through. I look over, he looks at me, and he kind of didn't know that it was me behind him, because that was supposed to be my lead out. And there's the group right there that we were chasing. And so that kind of didn't work out. So that left me out in front, which I am not the guy that wants to be out front. This guy sprints past, obviously. I am definitely the sprinter. I am not the guy that's going to be hauling back the field. So there goes the Night Owl guys. They passed me. I'm pretty fucking dead right now. So here goes everybody. Here comes Ty back around me now, because he knows I'm pretty done. So I'm just going to let those guys roll up, kind of join these guys for a little bit. But I know that things are going to start getting bunched up into this next turn section. So I kind of just automatically just start backing off and saying, it's not really worth crashing the first race if these guys take each other out in this turn, which it happens a lot. So looks like everybody made it through there safe and sound, and I'm kind of just cruising in. I think I got like 20th or 22nd or something like that out of 50. So you can see it's not even sprinting for the line, just kind of letting things happen. And that's it. So that's it for the 2023 Icebreaker 60 kilometer longest race that we've done. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll have some more videos coming up here real soon when race season starts. So that's that, guys. Obviously going over these videos, the whole point of making these videos is obviously because I want to see what I have done wrong. I want to see who I'm racing around, who I'm racing with, so I can kind of study them a little bit more. Obviously, like I said, in the beginning of the video, Will, that was there, very strong rider, very good guy to follow. I should have been following that guy. Obviously, he was on the inside. Both of those, the first people that got away to make that getaway or that breakaway, they were on the inside of that, kind of getting blocked on that straightaway, the start-finish straightaway. So obviously that was a really good area to do that. Raul kind of did the same thing, took off in there, and then got pushed into the tailwind section there. It's just little things like that really make a huge difference. So I definitely want to make a habit of filming my next few races and doing some of these things, not only just for me, but for a lot of people that kind of want to see, what they're trying to progress to make it to Obviously, if you're a 5 and you want to go to a 4, if you're a 4, you want to go to a 3. That's not the case. Not everybody wants to, continue to level up. A lot of people are just kind of content with doing what they do. The whole point of me being on the development team is to get better. So this is one of the things that I knew that I needed to do in order to do that. And obviously, it's not my fitness level. My fitness level is on par there with everybody else. It was just those few split decisions that you think about, especially at the end of a race like that. Like I said, they are a lot longer than I normally do, which is not an excuse. That's just saying that, I'm usually used to a really fast-paced 40-minute, 50-minute, something like that. And when you're already out there for over an hour, and you still got, multiple laps to do that are almost 2 miles long, things add up. So, if you go back and watch that and kind of say, hey, like, if you would have done something different, if you would have said, hey, like, yeah, I should have jumped over there, covering a lot of wheels. You didn't get to see the first hour of the race. There was 50 of us, and not obviously not all 50 of us finish. So, at some of these bigger races with the faster guys, especially in Texas, there's a ton of fast guys. If you're able to even be, at the end of that race and still competing at the end, I would give yourself a pat on the back, because that's a huge accomplishment in itself. So, like I said, if you guys go back and watch it again, kind of see what happens, take some pointers there, take some cues and say, hey, let's see where these guys are taking off. If you're able to jump over there and get on them real quick, obviously covering moves by yourself is pretty tough sometimes, especially if you're the only one there. I didn't have anybody there else from United in the 3-4. So, it is what it is. But hope you guys stick around. And if you like these commentary videos to hopefully incite what is actually going on versus just watching the race, which gets kind of boring, especially if it's an hour and a half. So that's kind of why I chunked it down to last 5 laps and wanted to go over that. So hope that helps, guys. If you guys got any questions or comments, drop them below. Give me a follow. Let's get some more videos going.